If you're watching this video, that means I'm not here for pickup and drop off, so I'm just gonna make this short and sweet so I can show you a few things about the RV and the paperwork to fill out. If you have any questions, please give us a call. You should have that. So let's get started on the paperwork, then I'll give you guys a little walk around. The first thing you're going to want to do when you enter the RV is you're going to want to turn this switch on. That's going to turn on your lights, all your power in the RV, and make sure, click this refrigerator on. This refrigerator does typically take almost a day, if not, several hours to get cold. So keep that in mind. This is the first thing you want to do is turn this refrigerator on, and you want to make sure when you're traveling to keep this lock shut. That way the doors don't come open. You will also find one of these little tank solution pods. What you want to do is when you first get the RV, go ahead and put some water in the toilet, drop that pod in, and then flush it. That way it goes down, and that's going to help make sure you don't have any issues when you go to dump your black water tank. So right off the bat, pop this guy in the toilet with your water pump on, and turn on the fridge to make sure you guys have adequate time to cool down your food. This paperwork here, just go ahead and go through it and sign. This is going to be all the documentation showing that I went through the RV. Any exterior, interior damages that you find prior to pickup, go ahead and fill this out. If you do see damage that is concerning, I don't believe you will because the rig is new. Go ahead and fill out whatever you guys see, and go ahead and snap a couple pictures, and you can text it to me. That way I see prior if you guys have any concerns. But this is all pretty straightforward. Just sign this stuff. You guys can keep it. And the back part is going to be your guys' information on your insurance and whatnot. And this is the registration on the vehicle. And this is a pamphlet you're going to want to go through. It's going to have all the basics for the RV. On the left side, you have your application, title, and registration. This is in case you guys get pulled over. The rig is brand new, so we're waiting on the plates. But this is all of the information here. And then go through every page and read this. Again, I wouldn't say it's super crucial right at the get-go, but really spend some time here, look at this, because as I said, things can get really expensive if damage happens, and it's going to ruin your guys' trip, and it's just not going to be fun. So make sure to please go through all this top to bottom. I've highlighted some things here as well. Nobody wants a septic situation. Nobody wants things ripping off the side of the RV. We want to get you guys your security deposit back and make sure you have a really good trip. So make sure you go through all this as well. One thing I can't stress enough here is in the middle. I'll show you guys outside. Never connect anything to that middle port. If you do connect to that and fill it up with water and you walk away from the sewage will overflow and come out of the toilet. So that is very crucial. Never connect to that middle port here. And I explain that as well. Walk around the RV. First things first, you're going to have your propane down here. It's going to show your propane level down here, which will be full at the time of pickup. This is where you're going to want to connect it and get it filled up as well. Make sure when you get it filled up, you guys shut off all the heaters and stove on the inside to make sure that's a requirement when they do that. You're not going to mess with anything here. That's your fridge operation. Here in the back is a quick connect for your propane grill. You've got 120 volts here, and that's going to work when your generator's running or when you're hooked up to shore power. Around the back side, you've got your door here and a screen door as well. These handles are really fragile, so be careful with that. Actually, I'll show you guys underneath the bed. All the way right there, there is a drawer there that has your roadside assist. That has a roadside assist in there. So if you guys have any issues, and there's gonna be a toolkit in there as well, that's where that stuff lies, flares and whatnot. So, and this is lockable, of course. Around this side, you've got your storage compartment. This is gonna be where camp chairs, firewood, all that stuff is gonna go in here. There's your power cord. Make sure this unit is installed. It has to be installed. And apparently people steal these at campsites because they're kind of valuable. So please make sure that comes back. We need that guy to come back. You've got your water hose in here. This connection right here is what's going to hook to the side of the RV. This connection here is what is going to hook to the spigot. It's going to hook to the spigot at the campsite. So spigot connection here, and then this end goes to your this end goes into your RV. So, and you can tell there's a picture as well that shows where that goes. Here's your 90-degree connection for the sewer outlet. There's a Coleman stove down there. Make sure to grab some green bottles if you choose to use that and not the connection outside. Your sewer pipe is right here, and you just want to pull that guy out, and that's what you're going to use for your sewer connection. So make sure these are shut. These guys pop open, they rip off. It's not going to be fun. Fuel is unleaded only. This is your power port here for your power connection. There's an outdoor shower, probably won't use it. This is what I was saying earlier. Do not connect to here. This is your city water connection. That's going to be the hose from the campsite. This is what you're going to fill your tanks with while you're driving and if you're using the pump. So if you're connected to here and you have water pressure, you don't need to use the pump. If you have your tank is full and your tank has water in it, then you can use the pump and need to use the pump. If you keep it running, if this goes dry, you will burn up the pump and they are spendy to replace. So keep that in mind with the water. If you're using the pump from the tank, make sure that the pump is only on if you have water in the tank. That's a generator panel. Not gonna really mess with that. As you open your door on the right, you've got a fire extinguisher. This is your breaker panel here. If you have issues running the AC or some other type of electrical issue, these are where all your breakers are. Those are your fuses. That's a disconnect that's going to be off at the time of pickup. You want to click this to the right. This is going to power on all of your 12-volt lights, everything in here. Here's your water pump. You'll hear it run and build some pressure. Gas water heater as well. If this light's on, that means your pilot light went out or you're out of gas. Tank heaters, you're only going to use that if it's, getting in the 20s, 30s. You want to make sure to use this to make sure nothing freezes. Here's your generator. As I said earlier, that's how you prime it. You prime it, you hold it like this, and then you're going to hit the start button like so. Wait a second. Nope. So there you go, generator's running, and there are your generator hours. This has 10 minutes of runtime on it. So, and here is your display. This is gonna give you, this is your propane, which will be full at the time of pickup. That's your battery, freshwater tank, gray water tank, or black water tank and gray. Here you've got a light for outside, and then you have an entry light, which is going to do all of your lights in here. And this is your awning. Extend and retract. Now, you cannot operate this with the motor running, keep that in mind. Batteries under this panel if you need it for any reason, but I don't foresee that. Up front is pretty straightforward, regular vehicle. Make sure as you're driving, all these things are kind of tucked away. Take your time because these things can fly around everywhere. Here on the right, you've got a ladder. Make sure that's secured before you leave. The ladder connects to the bunk and goes down here if you choose to use that, but make sure that's connected and secure. Up here, you have a cushion that is going to help make this bed. It's a strip here. And this pad here creates the bed. This here is a mount that fits from there forward and has a leg that goes down. Again, please be aware of this stuff flying around and moving in the cab. It can be dangerous, so make sure you kind of stuff it away, even if you want to put it in the shower or somewhere. If any of this stuff moves around, keep an eye on it, hit a big bump. If it moves around, take it, put it in the shower, put it under the bed, something like that, to where it's not a hazard for you guys. If you want to use this TV, you loosen these two bolts out, and this will slide out and pivot this way. You've got a HDMI port if you want to run a game system or whatnot. USB chargers. Over here, you've got your 120 and 12 volts. The stove is pretty straightforward. You're going to turn it on and ignite it with the gas, just like you would a home-style stove. You've got fans, lights, lighting here as well. And there are lights up here also. Here in this cabinet, you've got a pad. This creates if you pull this out here, and you want another chair, you put that pad there so you have the full seating here. Here you've got cabinets for storage as well. Something to keep in mind, do not drive with these open. They will rip off and they'll break. So make sure you don't drive with these in the open position. You've got 3 of them, make sure they're all down. Here's your thermostat control. You've got 2 lights. Up there you've got 12 volts as well, and then 120 volts in a connection for a TV. toilet, broom, toilet paper, all that good stuff. Please be aware, the shower is very, very hot. And what you guys want to do if you're showering a lot or swimming, because whatnot, make sure this stays open and run a fan. Even if it's cold outside and you run a heater, this place will get really, really humid and really, it'll get really humid and moist in here. And you guys always want to have a vent cracked, even if it's this much, at all times except for when you're sleeping, just to get that humidity out of here. If you guys are boiling and cooking stuff, you really want to get all that stuff out, because it'll sit in here and water will pool up in all the windows because it doesn't vent. You guys don't have a lot of air here. So there you have it. Pretty straightforward. You got some storage here as well. Like I said, take your time. You've got something that just kind of reminds you guys about the hookups and whatnot. These chairs, if you pull this here, hard to do with one hand, pull it here. Maybe. Okay, can't with one arm. But if you pull it out, you can spin them around and both those chairs sit this way, which is very nice. Up above, you have a couple privacy curtains. One goes all the way across here, and then the other one goes across the windshield. So you have two different curtains there for some privacy to close this area up. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just please feel free to text us or call. Text it may be better on weekends and nights. Take your time driving. Just be aware of your surroundings. And upon drop off, just make sure everything is clean in the exact same place as you left it, and leave the paperwork here that you signed and filled out. And I will let you know the location of the keys. And enjoy the trip. Enjoy the motorhome. These things are awesome. Thank you.